Have you ever noticed how, as we get older, conversations about death seem to quietly slip into the background, like a subject everyone wants to avoid? It's almost like we treat it as a scary secret, something too heavy or too sad to discuss openly. But what if talking about death could actually bring peace instead of fear? Let me share a story. I remember sitting with my dear friend Martha not long ago. She's in her late 60s, a vibrant woman full of laughter and stories. But when I asked her how she felt about aging and what lay ahead, her eyes softened, and she admitted, "I'm not afraid of dying anymore. I'm more afraid of not really living." That moment stayed with me because it revealed something important. The fear isn't really about death itself, it's about the possibility of missing out on truly living. Many of us in our 50s, 60s, and beyond face this quietly. Maybe it's the loss of a spouse or close friends, the loneliness creeping in, or simply the unknown of what comes next. These feelings can make death seem like a dark, looming shadow. But what if we flip the script? What if instead of fearing death, we could see it as a natural part of our story, like the sunset that signals the end of the day but also reminds us of the beauty we've witnessed? In this video, we're going to explore how talking openly about death can bring a sense of freedom, deepen our appreciation for life, and help us live with more purpose and calm. Together, we'll discover that this conversation, when held with kindness and care, isn't scary at all. It's a doorway to living fully, right here and now. If you've ever felt that gentle tug of worry or curiosity about this topic, you're in the right place. Let's walk this path with openness and heart. When it comes to understanding life and death, some of the wisest minds in history offer us gentle guidance, not with heavy lessons, but with thoughtful reflections that speak to the heart. One such thinker is Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist who believed that the second half of life is a journey inward, a time when we come face to face with deeper truths about ourselves. Jung saw death not as an enemy, but as a natural companion to life, something that gives meaning to our days. He said that truly living means accepting the shadow of death, not running from it. In his view, when we acknowledge death, we start to live more authentically. Then there's Viktor Frankl, a man who survived unimaginable suffering during World War II. Frankl taught that even in the face of death, or great loss, we can find meaning. His core idea was that life's last great freedom is our ability to choose our attitude, even when we can't control what happens to us. For Frankl, talking about death openly allows us to find purpose in the time we have left. Ram Dass, a spiritual teacher, invited us to see death as part of a grander spiritual journey. He encouraged embracing the mystery of dying as a chance to awaken to deeper presence and love. Rather than fearing the end, he suggested that it can be a profound teacher, reminding us to cherish each moment. These perspectives share a common thread: death is not the end of the story but a sacred part of life's natural rhythm. By opening ourselves to this conversation, we step into a space of courage and clarity, a place where fear softens, and meaning grows. Talking about death often feels like stepping into a shadowy room, uncomfortable, maybe even frightening. But for many adults over 50, it's becoming clearer that facing this topic can actually bring a surprising kind of peace. Think about the quiet moments when you've seen a loved one struggle with illness or aging. Maybe you felt unsure how to talk about what was really happening, or worried about saying the wrong thing. Or perhaps you found yourself alone, wondering what lies ahead, and feeling a pinch of fear about what the future holds. These feelings are normal, and they show how deeply we care about life and those we love. In families, death can sometimes be an unspoken subject, creating distance instead of closeness. Yet when we open the door gently, it can lead to richer conversations and deeper connections. For example, sharing your wishes about care or legacy can lighten the emotional load for those who will carry on. Talking about death can also help us cherish the present more fully, noticing the warmth of a sunrise, the sound of laughter, or the simple joy of being together. Many find that acknowledging mortality helps shift their perspective on aging. Instead of fearing decline or loss, they start to see this time as an invitation to live with greater intention and presence. Downsizing or moving can feel less like giving up and more like making space for what truly matters. In caregiving roles, understanding death as a natural part of life can ease the emotional burden. It's not about giving up hope, but about embracing the reality of change and honoring the journey, for ourselves and those we care for. Talking about death doesn't have to be scary. It can be a bridge to healing, meaning, and connection, a way to live the rest of your days with courage and heart. Now that we've gently explored why talking about death doesn't have to be scary, let's look at some practical steps you can take to bring this calm, compassionate mindset into your daily life. 1. Start small and simple. You don't need to dive into heavy conversations all at once. Begin with little moments, perhaps sharing a memory with a friend or family member about someone who passed, or expressing your feelings about what matters most to you. These small talks can build comfort and openness over time. 2. Write your wishes down. Creating a simple document that outlines your wishes for care, legacy, or even favorite rituals can be a gift to your loved ones. It relieves them from guessing and provides clarity when emotions run high. Plus, writing can be a reflective and healing practice for you too. 3. Practice mindful presence. When thoughts of death arise, try breathing into the moment instead of pushing them away. Imagine yourself as a tree, rooted deeply, weathering the seasons with grace. This mindfulness anchors you, helping reduce fear and build acceptance. 4. Embrace life's small joys. Recognizing that time is precious can inspire you to savor everyday pleasures, a walk in the park, a good book, a heartfelt conversation. These moments become more vivid and meaningful when we know life's fragile beauty. 5. Seek support when needed. If talking about death feels overwhelming, it's okay to ask for help. Whether from a counselor, support group, or spiritual advisor, having a safe space to express your feelings can bring comfort and guidance. Remember, facing death openly is not about fear, it's about making room for love, meaning, and connection. It's a courageous step toward living fully and authentically in your later years. As we come to the close of today's conversation, remember this: talking about death isn't an end, it's a beginning. It's a gentle invitation to live more deeply, love more openly, and connect more honestly with ourselves and those around us. Carl Jung once said that the second half of life is a journey inward, a chance to embrace all parts of ourselves, including our fears and uncertainties. When we welcome death not as a threat, but as a natural companion on life's path, we unlock a profound freedom. This freedom lets us focus on what truly matters, the legacy of kindness, wisdom, and presence we leave behind. So, if you've been holding back conversations about your wishes or feelings, maybe today is the day to start. Share a story, write a letter, or simply sit with your thoughts. These acts are gifts, for you and those you love. Thank you for spending this time with me on Golden Shield. If you found comfort or inspiration here, please consider subscribing to the channel. We're here to walk alongside you, offering stories, tools, and gentle guidance for the richest years ahead. Remember, your journey, with all its light and shadows, is a beautiful story still unfolding. And it's never too late to write new chapters. Take care, and see you in the next video.